tough. Like, you always think like you love somebody, but there's always something about them that kind of drives you nuts, right? And we try to change each other. Like, you always think I'll change the things I don't like, and then this person will be perfect. But we find out as we live our life that people, you can't change them. They are who they are. Like the last girl I dated, I loved her, she was great, but I mean, there was something I couldn't get past, and no matter how hard I tried to change her, she was still 13. Damn! But waiting. It wasn't. I'm not from Chicago, I'm from Indiana. I've been here a little over 3 years. I love the city, but when I first moved here, I'm coming from a very small town in Indiana. Yeah, I know a lot of people hate Indiana, that's fine. That's why I left. So lay off. So when I moved here, it was very intimidating. Being from a small town and coming to Chicago's a big city, probably the third biggest in the country. So, it's intimidating. I was scared. I didn't know anybody. It was very different. So I thought I wanted to get a pet, to feel more at home, because I was lonely. So I was going to go get a cat, because I lived in a small place, and I thought a cat would be a nice pet. So you gotta understand, being from Indiana, if I wanted a pet cat, I would go outside with a net, and I would catch one, and then I would... Here I had to go to a pet store. I went to PetSmart. I had to fill out an application to buy a cat. This is true. Seriously? Long story short, turned down for the cat. I mean, obviously they can't just tell me, no, you can't have a cat, but she explained to me I shouldn't buy a cat. She turns around, she said, you live in a studio that's really not big enough for a cat. You probably shouldn't have one. And I'm like, okay, really, but he's fine with the wire cage you got set up. He's going to sit tight with that. And I love how my place, perfectly fine for a 6'2", 185-pound human man. But a little too small for a cat. Whatever, I didn't want to argue, and I still wanted to get a pet, so I did something really stupid. I did something, don't ever do this. I impulse bought at the pet store. Ended up walking out of PetSmart, 24-year-old man with a guinea pig. Absolutely true. I was thinking at the time, low maintenance pet, right? Still have a pet in a cage, throw some food and water in there once a day. That's it. A guinea pig actually turned out to be very hard to take care of. You gotta give it fruit, vegetables, hay, change the cage, put vitamin drops in its water. You even have to trim its damn nails. Basically, a guinea pig is a retarded invalid, I found out. I've got Terry Schiavo in a cage in my house right now. And I started thinking, Dustin, maybe this is more responsibility than you're ready for. And I felt bad about that. Like, oh my God, you can't even take care of a guinea pig if their friends of yours are having human babies. I'm like, what? How are they with the crying and the feeding and the changing and the money? I mean, at least if I really get fed up with my guinea pig, I can smother it and no one's really going to care. I can't do that with a baby. It's funny, I honestly have a guinea pig, I would never harm it. But they say, whatever kind of pet you have, if you have it long enough, I read this, that it'll adopt your personality traits. It'll kind of start to act like you. I mean, not like it's fucking driving a car or something, but you know what I mean? It kind of takes on your mannerisms, right? And you can especially tell that's true with dogs a lot. They'll kind of, mimic you. You wouldn't think it would be true with a guinea pig, something that has so small brain function, but it is. And it was so cute because the other day I come home and little Oscar, my guinea pig, is trying to hang himself. Sure. Took his little robe. I don't know where he got the robe, but took his little robe out of the cage. The shoestring, I think. He's very clever. He's masturbated in the corner for 45 minutes. Don't be like me.
It's the